The Amazing Spider-Man, number 42. It is a gang war issue, thank goodness. I love this gang war so much, I can't get enough of it.
We never want it to end.
Whew. It seems like it never will. At this point, I'm sitting there thinking, like, what's Spider-Man doing? We see him. This is his title.
He's on the cover.
Holy moly. He has more real estate going on in this issue on the cover than it seems like. He actually should just be roving reporter Spider-Man, because that's all he is. He's just around so that we can see what goes on around him. He doesn't really have much to do, but it is written by Zeb Wells, pencils by John Romita Jr. Me and you have defended John Romita Jr. for a while now. Why is it during this gang war that each issue that comes out, I swear to God, he's trying to prove us wrong?
Yeah.
Because this art is not good in this. It's starting to really take a dive. I know that some people will be out there saying they said that for a while now, and I'm aware that his art isn't as good as what it was once. But I thought the stuff here on Amazing Spider-Man before this gang war was way better than the stuff he did, say, with Bendis at DC, prior to this. But it seems like maybe he's just busy, tired. I mean, his dad did pass away, so I should give him a little bit of a, leadway, but it's not good. Scott Hanna on inks, Marcelo Menyos on colors, VCs, Joe Caramagna on letters, and we ended up last issue, and if you remember, there was a big kiss fight going on. You had the smooching fight between Tombstone and Kingpin, while also you had Typhoid Mary going, "You-hoo, Spidey," from behind. That kind of stops, thank God. Like, that nonsense is over, but we ended the issue with this whole thing where you're supposed to think, and everybody said, and they even say it in this, the idea that Kingpin's like, yep, I'm going to take care of everything. And it looked like he was setting up that the Rose, his son, that he actually brought back with the Lifeline tablet in the Nick Spencer run, that he actually ends up having him, defeat Janice, Tombstone's daughter. And it looked like maybe Janice would be dead. That's not the case. And it's such a stupid swerve in my mind that it got me angry, because what ends up happening, you end up having these gala troops that Fisk shows up with. Suddenly they look like they're futuristic, spacemen when they go to, quote unquote, take care of things. What they did was just run in there, kind of fire away a little, but just to grab the Rose so that they could skirt him off so he could be safe with Fisk, who claims, I'm not involved in any of this, and neither are my kids. It doesn't make sense.
They took down Digger, I guess. They shot him.
And that, they're doing because you had to have somebody, because they came in rootin', tootin', shooting. So, but that was the play to get the cliffhanger.
Yeah, there was no need for that.
No, they went there to say, hey, Rose, your dad doesn't want you involved in this, and he wants to protect you, so you're okay till after this. Let's go. And that's what they do. So Janice, and even that play of her new armor, that new suit, me and you were discussing this. It was actually like we were trying to, maybe guess at things. Well, I don't think that suit would be this. She'll be shot, but the suit didn't matter. I mean, it really didn't matter. It doesn't matter. But so all that goes on because they end up where the call comes in, and Fisk's he wants to still try to play this game that it was more nefarious. And then you have finally says, oh, no, I just wanted the Fisks are sitting this out, which in my mind also retroactively shows us why we never saw Butch. But I think that was a mistake, and this is supposed to kind of cover that up. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, the whole thing's weird, too, because they go and they shoot Digger, and then they rip, they pull, they don't say, hey, Rose, come with us. They, yank him out of there like he's, first of all, he's probably like a 40-year-old man, and, he's being treated like a little child. It's very odd. What would that conversation be with his dad be like?
I guess, Fisk, as Wilson's just going to say, you shut up.
Yeah, but
he doesn't even give him, that's the play that you might have down. Are we going to see anything down the road? And if you do, maybe it would be the Rose saying, why can't I make my own decisions? I wanted to do this. He didn't let me. It's a weird play. Like you said,
weird.
Treats him like an 8-year-old.
Uh-huh.
Treats him like all of a sudden I hear that these kids are, scuffling at the park, and I go down and just grab them and pull them. It's weird. So then, even then, you have one of these guys, here's a phone. Here, talk to your dad. And then you have Tombstone's like, yeah, okay. You're okay. All right. That's good. And then Fisk just says, I'm out
Fisk
of this.
out. He's out. I'm doing X-Men stuff. See you later.
The reason we had Fisk at all, I guess, was just to have a couple cliffhangers that made you think. Because remember, the one cliffhanger was, oh my God, we thought the Rose was coming to fight Tombstone, She-Hulk, and Spider-Man, and it ended up being Wilson Fisk. Oh my God. It never felt right. Didn't feel like he fit in what was going on, even with the Hellfire Gala stuff and the X-Men stuff. So he just shows up pretty much to make out fight with Tombstone to get us another cliffhanger that wasn't what it was supposed to be, and then boom, he leaves. It really felt like nothing of nothing. I mean, it really was.
Yeah, Typhoid Mary doing annoying stuff.
Yeah, doing that, and even then they you have this little play here where you're going to start goofing off again. And so you have Fisk is like, well, and he's all bloodied up because while that's going, you did have Tombstone. Lincoln was biting pieces of Fisk's face off. Then they were headbutting. Then they were kissing. And then you have Fisk there bleeding all over the place, says, yeah, I kind of like getting involved in the scuffles. It gets my blood pumping again. But hey, we're out of here. And goes, boop. When he touches Typhoid, I'm like, get out of here. This is so bad.
I think Typhoid Mary was actually cheating on Wilson in an X-Men comic.
Yep, and says we got to work out some minor indiscretions.
Yeah, I think that might be a reference to that.
Yeah,
not sure.
I'm get out of town. This is so. What did we get from now? This shows Amazing Spider-Man is the flagship title of this gang war.
Basically, all of Marvel Comics.
Title of Marvel Comics, and what we're getting is just goofing off bull crap. I almost cursed, but I'll go crap. I mean, it is legitimately where this whole gang war is falling apart. All it's doing again is just putting a huge focus on the idea that Zeb Wells should not be writing this book. Zeb Wells should not be in charge of any sort of event, and this is all just nonsense. So we then go off, and what you're going to get then is Janice now has kind of gotten the whole deal, and she's got more territory. I mean, R.I.P. Big Ben, because we'll even have Big Ben later in the Jackpot issue, but Big Ben is a non-entity that I don't even understand.
He's not on the map anymore.
It's already off the map. So what it now is that Janice controls more, and you want to push that fact of, hey, look, my dad always kept me down, and Dad being Tombstone, a huge character, but he never was as big as me now. I've done so much more than him that then just sets up what the big giant battle will be is Madame Mask versus Janice, two daughters who end up thinking that their dads kind of set them up and didn't treat them well, but they still love their dad. It's just nonsense. So they go off and you do have Janice say, hey, we got to kind of get an army going. Digger didn't die. He just jumps up. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God, what's going on? They're like, oh, Digger, you're still alive? You want to join up with us?
You're on our side now.
Where'd the Rose go? Oh, he left you. All right.
He didn't, though. He got pulled out of there.
He got pulled out. And probably, if you question him, he thought Digger was probably dead.
Yeah.
And so they're going to go with that. Then we go off, and like I said, the big play here is to go with Madame Mask. We see Madame Mask doing her crazy manipulations. Not much is really explained. And you end up where she's getting her army together, including Shotgun, who was there to kill her, but now isn't. And now he's right in the front lines. All right. You know what we haven't mentioned much of right yet? Spider-Man. He's doing nothing in this issue.
He's hanging out with She-Hulk. It's kind of annoying, actually. She-Hulk is just doesn't fit in this book, in my opinion.
She-Hulk's just both of them are just standing around. And even later, again, more annoying in the Jackpot issue than this one, but still, they don't have anything to do. You do bring up something in this issue that I completely forgot that should have been one of the main things was, oh yeah, Randy Robertson, he got shot. Really, I'm like, I forgot all about that. I completely forgot. And that was to deal with Janice and stuff like that. We haven't seen nothing about that. So you then get what we normally get in these things. We get a call from Luke Cage, who says he's busy. Everybody
he's fighting robots.
Yeah. Everybody in this whole event, what they usually are doing in each issue is telling you what they will be doing in other issues. You know, hey, Luke, what's up? Oh, I'm busy fighting robots in my own book. Oh, okay. Hey, this, what's that? Everybody's like, we got to go. Fisk, he's off to do whatever he's doing. And that, just nothing is happening. And then when you do finally get the face-to-face Madame Mask and Janice, it's kind of boring. They just start talking about that big, deal that's kind of surface level. Oh, my dad. And they're going to go through their history. My dad had me and the Magia, and he wanted to protect me, but he didn't treat me well, and here I am. Oh, what? My dad, he loves me. It's almost like a one-up battle here of
who had a crappier father. Yeah.
Whose father's the worst and who had a more of a crappy. And I guess it's a tie at the end. They're like, all right. And then you even get like a leaving kind of like nod of, you're not so bad. Madame Mask says, hey, take care of yourself. But they're going to face off. They decide to face off in Central Park the next day. Both sides are going to gather up their armies, kind of. And that's about it. I mean, that's the whole issue. And then you just get Tombstone, who's worried about his daughter and says, again, everything feels almost like cringy, over the top, like roll your eyes dialogue. Hey, Tombstone, I guess you're afraid if your daughter loses. No, I'm more afraid of what happens if she wins. I'm like, all right. Okay, let's go. And then I think what happens is Spider-Man goes aside and says, hey, Jennifer, come here, She-Hulk. We're not really doing much, right? I mean, you're passing out cards for your lawyer crap, but I really don't even have that. Like, I'm just me. So how about can we jump off the building in the most awkward looking way, please? Because that would be okay, let's do it.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
What happens is they didn't quite coordinate it as well, but really I want to change that. She-Hulk should be yelling cannonball, and I don't know, Spider-Man should be yelling boo. What are they doing?
Spider-Man's got those long, short legs, long torso thing.
Oh my God, look at him. And he's just
his arms are longer than his legs.
He looks almost like he's jumping more like Wolverine than anything. And I swear to God, Jennifer thinks she's the Anchorman yelling cannonball into what is a non-pool below her. And if you look in the background, Tombstone should just have the WTF above him because he has no idea what they're doing. He looks very confused of what's going on. Then we go to Central Park and you get both sides together. But at this point, you realize that nothing at all has been set up. And you're going to get this pretty much. This is the biggest battle and one of the first like real gang fights, it seems, overall. And you have people like Rabble from Miles' book, but looks completely different. But you have to mention, you're Rabble with the Hobgoblin.
It makes me wonder what's the real Rabble look like, because some of that art in that Miles book is suspect too. So.
Yeah, so this is weird. And Rabble has shown up to upgrade tech
for Madame Mask.
Big Madame Mask gauntlets, but of course Rabble's like, listen, I know that your color scheme's different, but I go purple and you're going purple. Now they have that, and then you get the Syndicate, the team that's kind of like, the Sinister Six, but the version that Janice has as the Beetle.
This page we're looking at right here, this double page spread, if like Alex Ross did this, how cool this would be.
Oh yeah, it'd be awesome. But looking at it now, the perspectives are so like, this is where I think that I'm guessing that John Romita Jr. was a little rushed. That maybe because nothing in this page, it's a full page that nothing looks good. People look like, I hate to say it, but they look like they're kind of like circus, carny people. They all look ridiculous. And then as you go down, you realize that Janice, she does not have that many villain, superpowered people there. With her, it looks like
those are the street toughs. What are those guys?
Nonsense. Yeah, they have bats and like clubs. The other side, they seem to have like electric prods and laser guns. It's not going to be a good battle. And like I said, Janice and her crew, they're in big trouble. They were even talking about like Scorpion. Everybody's ripped apart. I don't think she's there. I
Lady
guess,
Octopus or Dr. Octopus or whatever is like missing arms.
Yeah, she's missing arms. Scorpiana, however they pronounce it, like her tail was ripped up, but I don't even see her. I mean,
and what's the rabbit going to do?
Blow bubbles? earlier I saw, like, when you had all the smoke clearing from that big fight, she was blowing bubbles. I'm like, that would be disgusting. You'd get everything on that gum. Also, when you have this lame crew, don't put Lady Electro in the back. She should be in the front. There's no reason.
She's
get
the
one
coolest
of these schmucks, over on the side. Get her out there. She could just start shocking people. And they're tech-based. Do it. Ay. It's not very good. What would you give this?
This to me is it's a 6. It's just underwhelming. I think
I'm going 5.5 because I don't even, and
that's been pretty standard lately.
We know how things go, but Silvermane and Count Nefaria, they seem to have, like, Count Nefaria should be the one that was
How did they get resurrected?
The guy got thrown off a building. We saw his skull bash in. Silvermane, he just needs a new body. They got him that, right?
There's something animating them, but they didn't show us what it is. Like that crystal on them.
It always feels like we're missing something in this, right?
And we're reading everything.
Oh, wait a minute. I know what we're missing. A good story. That's a basis that there should be an event. Thank you.
Weird science
is the revolution.